Hi everyone. I'm just going to wait a few more minutes so that more attendees join the webinar and we'll be able to start. Okay then. So good morning everyone and thank you for joining this myON webinar. My name is Suha and I will be your host today. We'll start with our mission at Renaissance, which is to accelerate learning for students of all backgrounds and ability levels all around the world. In today's session, we will focus specifically on encouraging students' engagement and achievement. In this next slide, I will be presenting our speaker, Mayumi. Mayumi joined Renaissance in 2019, and she works as a PDM in the Renaissance Global Markets Department. She proposes solutions to school through consultation to meet unique needs of each school and achieve their development plan. She's mainly specialized in international schools in the Asia region. Today, she will show you how myON provides differentiated reading practice, perfect for all schools. And we will also discover the extra features like audio narration, literacy tools, homework features, and teaching reports. My colleagues are also on the call, as you can see, and will be able to take your questions throughout the presentation, but we will answer them at the end during our Q&A sessions. And now I'll turn the presentation over to you, Mayumi.
Thank you, Soha. Hi, everyone. Okay. I hope you're well. I'm excited to present myON today. So let's get started. And I am going to go onto the live site and then show you student view and educator view, covering a few points like so. Okay, so I'm just going to go on to students account. Okay, so this is how myON student account look like if you go in on the home page. So myON is not just a collection of ebooks. Every student can read 6,000 books, even at the same time as well. But it's personalized because you can enter your interest category. For example, you can say, I like science books, or you can click it there to most interest. So it recommends books according to your interest area. Okay. But if you want to just read, you can browse from different genres and categories. You can search out of, so there are 6,200 books. Okay. And you can filter through, for example, say I am maybe year 4. Maybe you don't want too much babyish book like kindergarten or anything too mature. So you can filter it to there. So about 2,600 books. Yeah, so this looks a bit more like, you know, something maybe more interested in. As well as that, you can filter through the ATOS. ATOS is maybe if you're familiar with Lexile as well, but ATOS is a Renaissance original. We point depending on the difficulty of the book. So you don't want something too easy, therefore not challenging the reading ability, or too difficult so you don't understand and get stuck. So normally ATOS ZPD recommended range is maybe 3.0 to maybe 5.0. Then you can filter through that. Again, so this 1,300 book is perfect for me to be interested in, as well as comprehending and understanding. Okay, so that's how you can filter. Let's just read one of the book and then I show you. Okay. Okay, so most books have audio.
What if there were no bees? A book about the grassland ecosystem by Suzanne Slade, illustrated by Carol Schwartz.
Okay, maybe not too fast actually.
Don't be fooled by a bee's size. It's tiny compared to the foxes, skunks, and owls that share its grassland home.
So you can see it was highlighting as they read. And you don't have to listen to everything. You can continue to read and you can play whenever you want to play.
Flowers are a bee's best friend.
Okay, and the other tools available is, for example, if you want to click on any of the word, view in dictionary, it shows up here.
Sweet.
The pronunciation, so the students can guide themselves quite easily. So there's a lot of tools there available also. So you can use this in your classroom or just sort of fun feature. So for example, you can do drawing, you can do highlighting. Oops. Okay. And you can put the note down. If you want to jot down the memo, you can do so. And journal is a really good function here. It goes across all the books and you can take a note, create a new note, or you can copy and paste from the book. For example, if you're doing a research project, you can take a note and then take it away even after the book is closed. Okay, so I just quickly show you. See, once you finished reading, you can give a star scoring as well as taking a comprehension quiz. So only when every single page has been opened and enough time has been spent, you are allowed to click, I finished this book. And so I say you can put a star and you can write the review as well if you like, and you can choose a quiz. Maybe just gonna answer a few. 5. Okay, so I'm gonna turn in the quiz. It tells you your answer straight away. Okay, most books have a quiz function, so it's a really good way to, for the teacher to understand whether the student actually read the book, even though they may be opening the book, but maybe not really concentrating. So it's a really good way to do a quiz. It's not compulsory. If you want to just promote a love of reading, they don't have to take a quiz in order to read any other book. Okay, so I just wanted to show you also, so when students are read, everything is tracked, but they can see on their profile icon here how much they are reading. They can do so by themselves. So it's here how many minutes, how many words, and which title they've been reading. So they can see the results of their work, they put effort into it, and then they can see it, then feel it, and then they can be motivated. It's self-motivating for their own growth. Okay, so I'm going to go into project function. It's a really great tool. So basically you can assign a reading task, writing task online on myON. So for example, I got from Mr. D. Westram, I've got a project, let's say one of those I have to do. So there is a 4 task there assigned to me. Reading task, it says read 3 of these books. And research task that I have to complete. Okay, knowledge map. So this is where your journal comes in handy. So you can click here. This is what I was jotting down earlier. And you can see straight away, you can copy and paste onto here. Okay. So going back to project. And okay, so I'm going to show you now teacher area, I think. So I'm going to move on to, okay. So from a teacher point of view, the extra tile you have is a classroom tile. Obviously, you can see all of the roster, and you can see the project that I just showed you, which is underwater animals. I just showed you there. So teacher can monitor who is doing what. So 6 students haven't started, 1 had started. It's really easy to control. And another thing, project function is good is that you don't have to make all of this from scratch. If you want to, you can go into here, which is a community project. So these are projects that has been created by other teachers who use myON, and they decided they're happy to share that with all the other users. So, for example, maybe you are doing a topic of volcano. Instead of looking through all the books and all the activities that you could ask your student to do, you can go in here, see who created all these things. And let's have a quick look. Science, 5th grade. Okay, that looks quite good. Let's have a look. Okay, it provides some of the suggestion of the book. So you can copy to your project and edit it from there and make your own. Okay, so it's very flexible. We have actually created from Renaissance education team that they have made something that's according to UK national curriculum. So you can probably come across those projects through your teaching, which you can copy and use. Okay, so I also wanted to show you the reports. So this is where you can see as a teacher how much students are reading as everything is tracked. Okay, there are quite a few reports available. There are 12 in total. But I'm just going to go to core report and explain to you. So it's all live information as of this minute. You can run the report. I think I just put it for the date range of all time. You can change it to last week's reading results and things like that. If you are doing reading marathon, you just want to see the basically a reading record book. It's all digitally tracked here. So you can see, you can put a date range and then how much each students are reading. And this is a breakdown. Let's have a look. Let's see who's reading. So Alex here is reading how many pages and 665 minutes. That's very good. Which you can see the different color here, red and blue. So that means it's against the goal you have set. So you can set the goals as a teacher and you told them average per week, at least please read 25 pages. Or you can do average of how many minutes. So 50 minutes, 10 minutes a day, that's what you want them to do. So you can change this, adjust it however you want. And you can see who is meeting your goal. Okay. So that is a report. And I just wanted to show you also the news. So as well as the 6,000 books at the moment, here is news article is 5,000 articles available and 5 articles are added every day. So this is from today, Thursday, February 11th. And I'll show you. So where they come from is all the outside resource. You can tell where they come from on the citation. It's not very long because it's an article. It's only a couple of pages long. Okay, that's it. So it's really nice for a quick read of the day. And it accompanied by the video.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm Katie Stack Morgan. I'm a research scientist.
And the slides, so you can use it in your classroom to talk about it. It suggests your, oh, it's a fact, and then it gives you a suggestion to do in your class. And of course, it's got the related book that you want to read more about it, and 3 questions as well. So it's a really nice way. All my own news is edited by child psychologist. So it's, if it's, for example, something scary like terrorist attack, it will edit and then amend. So it's not too scary and easy for students to understand and comprehend. And for example, if you're using in your, say we were talking about volcano, weren't we? So you can find article about related to volcano. Okay, so they're all there. It's quite old, some of them, but it's there. You can look on the news articles. And we try to make everything easy for the teachers. So it's all in one place and doesn't take you long to find the resource. So we give you a teacher guide here. So on the teacher guide, it gives you the answer to the question of all 5 articles. So the first article, I think this is what we're just reading, and gives the answer as well as something that we can suggest that you can talk about in your discussion, and the vocabulary that you can talk about. So myON did start as a classroom tool before the pandemic starts, obviously. So we do try to prepare things for printing outside of a screen as well. So we have got some resource that you can print and use it as well, if it makes it easier for you. Okay, so that's the teacher's guide. And here you go. That's the news. I just wanted to say that so the myON is very free. It's easy for students and teachers. It's all tiles is there. Click, click, you can find it. You can use it just as a replacement of your physical library. Okay, so library is there. Say, let's have a so just instead of if your physical library is closed, you can use this just to access a books, or you can use it as much embedding into curriculum using a project function. Okay, and then since UK had closed schools since January, everybody has been having to shift to remote teaching. So this the project function has been really popular. It has been really helping a lot of schools. For example, it's not just for the English, but you can use it for cross curricular. Say, so let's see the library. Let's have a look. Browse. Just want to show you. So these are different genre of book, and they are in different categories. It's suitable to use in science, learning, social studies, maybe a PSHE as well. So there's a lot of about me, etc. So, and all the books are published. So the actual paper copy exists, except for the news. So it's educational titles. More books are actually non-fiction. So it should be suitable for the school teaching environment. Okay, so I think this kind of what concludes what I wanted to show you, really. That's it, I think. And I hope you got the insights and got the idea of how you and your students can benefit. Like I said, it's very free. You don't have to follow set rules or ways to use it. It's completely free, up to you. Or there's quick standard guides that it kind of aligns with the different standards. That is so it will suggest the book. So from an academic point of view, it choose National Curriculum of England, and then you can search from them. Okay. Okay, so back to you, Soha, if that's okay. That's from me. Thank you so much, everybody.
Sure. Thank you, Mayumi. I think we have a few questions in the chat and
Mm-hmm.
in the Q&A section. I can read them to you if you want.
Yep.
So a question from Sonia is, can students access AR quizzes from myON and how?
Okay, so AR quiz, you can go into the UK version on the, okay, so there is see if I can get to you. Okay, if your school have AR, here's another button says take a AR quiz. So when they finish reading the book, they can click, then they will take you to your AR quiz page. And if they don't, you can also do in details of all the books that there is an info available. And here is an AR quiz number. So all you have to do is type in this number onto your child's AR site, and then the child can take AR quiz from there.
Mayumi.
Okay.
Monica's asking, when making some notes while reading a book, the notes are going to be in the specific book or somewhere else?
No, the journal travels across everywhere. So journal, this one, yeah. So this one across, this is all different titles I was reading, and it can travel across different books. So when you open a new book, all these are still available.
Thanks.
Does that make sense?
Hope so. um, Sonia's asking if the quizzes they take on articles, do they count towards their accelerated reader points?
No. So these are different quiz to AR quiz. It's two separate things. myON used to be a standalone product and it kind of joined together with us. So myON does have a set of their own question at the end of the book, which is not the same as an AR quiz. If you decide to find a number, go on to AR quiz, I'm sure some of them are quite similar, trying to get the good understanding of the book. So but it's not the same. It will not count towards it. So if you do have AR, I suggest you don't use the quiz function on myON. Ask your children to use the AR quiz instead. You can actually disable a quiz function on myON so the student doesn't come across it either. Okay.
Thanks, Mayumi. Monica's also asking if it's great only for primary school or for secondary too.
Okay. So the collection is very strong for, I'd say, upper primary to lower secondary. I show you in the library. Okay, so if you search, just going to show you the higher age group for secondary. So it's like year 7 to 12. So there are still a lot of great classic books there. So it is okay for the older one, but it's out of 6,000, it's about 1,300 is suitable for secondary. And we also have, for this reason, we decided to introduce more for the secondary students. So there is a publisher collection available that you can add on. You can add another 1,000 books for secondary school as well. So it is okay for secondary, but main focus is sort of upper primary to lower secondary.
Monica's also asking how much does it cost, but I think Mayumi will be able to give her a demo and a breakdown of the cost after the call. So I'll send that to you, Mayumi.
Yeah, no
So,
problem.
so Sonia's asking, is the login the same for Accelerated Reader as it is for myON?
No, it is different. It's the same format. It's a username and a password, which you provide to student, exactly same format as AR, but it's on a different site. So you need to provide them with another username and password. Actually, a lot of schools do use the same name and a password just so make it easier. They just go into a different site. But yeah, it's different. You can set it separately.
Someone's asking if students can access myON from their phone or from a Kindle Fire or
Okay.
an older.
So we have an offline app that's suitable for the tablet. But phone, you can do it, but phone, you can't read offline. If you're using phone, it is you have to go on browser to read a book. I think some of them a book are okay, but if the writing is a bit small, maybe the screen's a bit small, you have to spread it out. So it is possible, but the app is available for tablet. So we normally recommend at least a half size tablet or laptop is the best option.
Adam's asking if students have accelerated reader account, how does that link with myON?
Okay, so you can link myON to AR. Yes, that's right. So when you have a new myON account, each students go on the site and simply click on the button. I think it shows on the homepage. I don't think this one has it, but it has a button here says connect your star and AR onto your myON, and then it show you. I think I just maybe here. I think this one shows a bit better. So when you click it, it shows your star score and ATOS. So once you do that, it automatically updates all of the star score as well as ZPD. Automatically, it changes as soon as you take a new test. So once you click it, connect it, it's really simple, and then it just automatically updates all the time.
Alan's also asking, are all the quizzes after the book on myON not accelerated reader quizzes? So is there a difference, I think, between accelerated reader quizzes and myON quizzes?
That's right. They are different set of quizzes. myON have their own set of quiz and AR have their own set of quizzes. So if you do have AR, I do recommend to just use that because otherwise it gets confusing for students, and AR points they will not get just by doing myON points. So if you do have that, I recommend just stick to the AR quiz. But if you have a myON alone, then you can do just the myON quiz on its own.
Sonia's also asking, can students access myON from the AR website or do they access AR from the myON website? What I'm trying to ask is, can they find all the things in one place?
So at the moment, no. We have started to trying to put it into one single sign-on site, but at the moment you have to go on to your usual AR site, and myON URL is separate. So you have to go myon.com and log in there. So it's a two separate site at the moment, but hopefully we will figure it out. I think some of the versions in a certain area we are starting to do that. So I hope that is, I think that's definitely next step. So it's make it much simpler for everyone. So watch the space. Thank you.
So we have two questions from Pravina. I think one you already explained, which is please brief us on core report, setting goals, etc. I think you presented that. I don't know if you want to say a few words. And the next question is, will there be more books added? Most books are quite low level for my year 10s and year 11s.
Yes, sure. So let's show you the, sorry, it's not, so that's in the, you still there. See if I can go to teacher. So that's a core classroom report. Core report, here you go. Okay, so core reports provide you with each student, how many books they've read, how many they've completed, how many pages they've read, how many minutes they've read. So it breaks down. So it's a little bit like a reading record book. You can see what they've read as well. If you go want to into each student, you can see what they've read, which book they've read, of course. And the other question, sorry, Soha, that was?
Sorry, I was on mute. The other question is, will there be more books added? Most books
Okay.
are quite low.
Yes. So I think we have a plan to introduce another couple of hundred books this year, but I don't think it increase all the time too much. I think we try to introduce once a year new collection because they are already existing books. We try to work our way to add on to our collection. However, there are another about 2,000 books available to be added onto your collection, which is suitable for secondary school age group. It is true, so it's a lot of a primary school in mind, but there is a lot of secondary school collection, which is also for low ability or as well as high ability. So what we call is a secondary school. So it's a high age, but it's a low difficulty. So high low books. So there is a collection like that available, which is really good for English as a second language students. Or just completely, we're trying to expand the collection by going all the way to kindergarten, all the way to grade 12. So really older section. We're trying to enhance that area at the moment. So that is our next thing to do. So you can add a few more publisher collection for secondary schools.
Thank you, Mayumi. And the last question from Ellen is, how do teachers set projects and or tasks?
Okay, how set the project? So you can go into project and you can create a new project. Or, as I said, you can copy from a community project. And once you make it into your area, for example, let's say I'm making this. So when you start making from new, you have to name. So you're talking about animals, underwater animals. Oh, sorry, no, wait a sec. So let me just go to edit, sorry, here. So this is how you make it. From the beginning, you enter a title. You can put the due date, so you can do a weekly task. And then you can add all different tasks here. So at the moment, I've added one reading task, which is here, and graphic organizer task here, writing task. So I put 4 different tasks there. How do you change inside? It's going to setting. So this is a reading task. Please read 3 books from this list, or whatever you want them to do. You can disable the audio. You can decide to set the disable quizzes, lots of different function to suit your need. But if you then, how do you find the book? So manage books, and you can find all the different books. Maybe you are talking about dolphin, so you can do find books, and so there are more books of dolphin, and you can click to add, so unclick to take it out, and once it's clicked, it's on your list, so you can escape and the list is there, so you can add and take out. So that's a managed book. So this reading task is set, so that's ready. Once you save it, that's how you created it. So that you created it, and you can then assign to the right students. Maybe you're talking, so it's not many here, but you can search by the grade. Maybe you want to give it to all the grade students or specific groups. Maybe you have a focus group, extra support group, or a high achievers. You can do that, and you can apply the right students. Okay, so that's how you set the project and assign the project. Okay.
Thank you, Mayumi. There's just a final question from Sonia on the chat. Are the books on myON available on Accelerated Reader to complete quizzes on?
Yes, unless some books are unquizzable, as it goes with any books, like encyclopedia, we don't have a quiz available for those. But if they are possible to make a quiz, yes, I'd say about 80-90% of myON books have a quiz. So you can use myON as complementary to AR practice.
Thank you, Mayumi. So before we conclude, I don't think we have any more questions. We'd like to invite our audience to contact us with any more questions if you have. I know Mayumi and us would be more than happy to give you more insight on what she just presented and on myON. You can also contact us by telephone or via email, and you can learn more by visiting our webpage, which is friendlearn.co.uk/international. I would also like to mention that you will be receiving a follow-up email with the recorded webinar and the survey that will help us with our future webinars. In closing, we'd like to thank you for joining us today, and thank you, Mayumi, and for the whole team.
Thank you, Soha. Thank you, everybody. Have
Bye,
a good
everybody.
day.